35 laps.
I feel the need for speed.
And here we go. We're watching El Majaco here. Looks like Forza Alonso is coming up on the outside of Majaco. And now they're almost 3 wide going into turn 1. That's not going to fit. Majaco to the inside to the lead. Maybe's on the outside and having trouble. But he's fighting back going into the second corner. Can he get to the inside? No, he can't. He's going to settle into second place. Forza Alonso's right there trying to take the inside line for the next corner. And he does it. Looks like Forza Alonso's going to move into second place. And maybe, ooh, he's hanging tough. Come on, Cameron. But he's relegated to third, and now is under pressure from Nick Dahi, the fastest car in qualifying, now sitting third on lap 1. Dahi in fourth. That is Gordell and Aaron Webb behind him. Aaron Webb trying to find his way around Gordell. He's got a fast car as well. Got to play it careful, though. Ooh, there was an issue up there. Who is that? That's HSVDT sitting in 5th, running Dubsy's machine tonight. Since Dubsy was unable to make the call, you can see maybe trying to find something there. This is a good shot here. We get to see a lot of the action through the field. I want to go a little farther forward. We're going to watch this race with Maybe because he's going to be wanting to get back up to the front as fast as he can. El Majaco jumped out to the early lead. There's my glitched race car right there. Maybe is struggling. He's not got the car under him that he had in qualifying. Jacko and Mystic battle incoming, no doubt. No doubt. Mac, you don't have to start on dirt. It's just street stocks could be dirt or pavement. So in third, maybe. But we're starting to heat up here for the lead. Forza Alonso trying to run down El Majaco, who jumped out to the early lead in turn 1. You can see Alonso closing that gap. Less than half a second now. Ooh, thought about having a look there. Maybe a little bit of latency between those cars. You can start in a street stock. You can run trucks. You can run an old Indy car. There's multiple things that you can do. You can go road course as well. I'm going to focus on the ovals before I start messing with road courses. I got to get used to the clutch. Forza Alonso with the fastest lap there. I could set it to auto clutch, but I don't really want to do that. I'd rather learn it. Forza Alonso looking to the inside there, unable to make a move. Majaco holding the lead. Maybe has caught the rear of the Haas car there. So he's starting to heat this thing back up. After his terrible start, he would really like to get back out front to set the pace in this race. Forza Alonso using a little dirt. Getting in the grass there a little bit, trying to use as much available racing space as he can. He's right there with Majaco. Looks like both of those cars are quicker than Majaco right now. 4-car train there for the lead with Nick Dahi now on the rear wing of Maybe. Dubsy, you're going to get to watch him tonight, buddy. This is an excellent series to watch, I can tell you that. I know you'd rather be racing in it, but it's still a lot of fun to watch. Forza Alonso 2/10 back, trying to find a way around race leader Majaco. It's the defending champion and the all-time wins leader, 1-2. And the hot young rookie in third now. Forza Alonso has DRS. Looking to make a move on the inside of turn 1. Hanging tough is Majaco on the outside, side by side. Neither driver willing to give an inch. They're going to go side by side into the next corner as well. Alonso tucking back in. Going to try to find a move coming out of this corner. Not going to happen. Nick Dahi working on Maybe. That's backing all of these guys up to HSVDT and Aaron Webb there. 5th and 6th. If we get a 6-car train for the lead, I'm going to lose it. I'm going to lose it. Inside into turn 2, yep. That's a long corner to be able to make the outside work. But if you can hold it, then you have the preferred line going into turn 3. Majacko and Alonso. Alonso's thinking about it right there. He got out of that corner a little better, but he opted open for maybe. Maybe dives on the outside and takes the position. Oh, and now he's going to lose it to Dahi as well. A mistake from Forza Alonso in this 6-car battle for the lead. It's like a NASCAR restrictor plate race. Now he's back to the inside of Dahi. I think he's going to pull that 3rd place position back. But just because he thought about looking to the inside of Majacko, it cost him. Maybe pounced on that position. Excellent pass there by Maybe. Here comes Dahi to the inside. Brakes locked up. Trying to get those super soft slowed down enough to make that corner. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. All of them right there. We got a hell of a race going. Go up a little farther. We're going to watch Maybe. Maybe's reeling down your leader now. Majacko was really liking that battle there that we could see, because he was thinking he was going to be able to pull away, but Maybe with that diving maneuver has found his way back into 2nd spot. And hopefully we'll start to make this a little closer, but Majacko is starting to pull away, and now Maybe's under fire from the Haas. Diving maneuver in there. Maybe he's not going to give him much space, but Alonso is fighting back to the outside in this corner. Not where he wants to be, but he's not under pressure from Dahi, so he's going to try to hold the outside, giving him the inside into the final corner, and Forza Alonso looks to be taking that spot back. Now Maybe, don't think he has DRS zone, because I don't think he was close enough to Majacko. But he's got the slipstream, so he's going to go to the outside here of Forza Alonso. And it's not going to work because Alonso had the DRS. You can see the difference in how these cars are set up, because they are quick in different sectors. So we're seeing these guys making maneuvers and then falling back and then falling into the clutches of the guys between them. Dubsy's cheering for Hoodius to win tonight. We haven't even had a chance to look farther back in the field. You got Cooper Sonic in 7th here. Behind him is I Am a Drunk Dolphin. Mitch Mann, Hoodius' teammate, in 9th. Zeusman in 10th. Ditchwitch 11th. Bubba 12th. Hoodius in 13th. Hoodius was saying that he's going to need a lot of help tonight. You see him on those mediums, so he's trying to make this race a one-stopper. Probably going to work out for him, I would imagine. Clogmonger, Brian Mosser, Sassafras in 16th. Here's Nobsy in 17th, the Canadian. Dougal McDermott, the rookie, in 18th, right ahead of Gordal, who has had some problems. Pork Chops in 20th, and back up to your race leader, Majacko, who is gapping Forza Alonso now. Almost a 1.5 seconds between these drivers, and has pulled himself out of DRS range. Now, Nick Dahi in 3rd. I think that means that Maybe has hit pit road. A lot of cars on pit road. Aaron Webb is on pit road. Here's Maybe getting his tires. You can see HSVDT, who seemingly lost the position to Aaron Webb. That was a little strange. Hoodius retired from session. Not sure what happened there. Is that a crash? Hoodius has found the wall. Safety car is out. We're going to bunch these boys back up. Wow. That's a big break for the guys that jumped into the pits there, I think. Majacko has lower downforce. Good choice for the race. That's why he was slower in qualifying. All right. A little bit of inside information there from the points leader, talking about his teammate. Maybe in 14th. Aaron Webb ahead of him. HSVDT ahead of Aaron Webb. Very, very strange, that little incident there on the front stretch. Problems for Hoodius. Hopefully he'll hop in chat and tell us what happened. Majako's still in the race lead. We're under safety car conditions. He would really like to get in the pits before these guys can catch up to him. But you can see they're already pacing. Into the pits goes Forza Alonso. Free pit for the people who didn't pit. See how this all sorts out. I think they're far enough back, like Dubsy is saying, that they're not going to lose too many spots, if any at all. Dubsy jinked Hoodius. He said, yeah, he's pulling for Hoodius, and Hoodius crashes. So Alonso is out behind Majako. These guys, you're right, Dubsy. These guys didn't lose a single spot. There's Hoodius' damaged car, glitched on the race course. There he is leaving the session. I am a drunk dolphin in 4th. He's on mediums. Bubba running 5th on softs. That is your mandatory tire. Cooper Sonic as well. Mitch Man. What is he on? Mediums. Zeusman 8th. And this is the rest of the front runners here. HSVDT, Aaron Webb. And Maybe now in 11th. Tall order here for Maybe. As safety car period hurt him. Gonna have to keep an eye on how things go. But this safety car will bunch everybody up. We're going to have some action here really soon. It's just a lot of fast cars mired in the middle of the pack. Going to be very, very interesting. At least one more lap of the safety car left. So what do you guys think? This has kind of turned into a three-way battle up front. You've got Majako on softs, Forza Alonso on mediums, and Dahi on softs. So Alonso clearly thinking about making a long run here, but I'm pretty sure he's got to put a set of softs on that car as well. So we're still looking at another stop from these guys. How long will softs last versus mediums? Your soft tires will last about 12 to 15 laps, and the mediums will last about 16 to 19. So we're looking at another pit stop from everybody at this point. Hoodius, we saw the issues, man. Alright, we'll check you later, Dubsy. Unlucky, man, that you weren't able to get out there. What's up, Wildly Fatal? How's it going? We got Hoodius in the chat. We're going to hear what happened there. He says he's embarrassed. Caught up to Bubba super quick, swung wide to avoid him, and the ass end whipped around on him. So a spin on the front stretch pushed him into the inside wall and damaged the right front suspension, taking him out of the race and bringing out the safety car. You can hear my car, you hear it? My glitched car right here under the camera. So we got one more safety car lap here, and we're going to get back to racing. How's it going, Steve? Wildly Fatal's got a question here. We're going to watch this battle. Differing tire strategies between the top three. Forza Alonso's on mediums. Majacko and Nick Dahi on softs. Is Project Cars worth the buy? Absolutely, Wildly Fatal. If it's under 20 bucks, pick it up. That is the best console racer available at the moment. The best console racer available at the moment. Yeah, that safety car would have really helped you too, Hoodius. It's unfortunate. Very unfortunate. So we're going to go back to green. This time, the crash from Hoodius's Williams. Wildly Fatal, get it for 11 bucks. That is a steal. It really is a steal. Now, Project Cars 2 is coming out later this year, so it's going to be obsolete come September. But for 11 bucks, I'm telling you it's worth it. Hoot says a safety car would have hurt my strat. Well, I guess if you don't have the speed, you would kind of want it to keep going, but I believe in you, Hoodies. I believe. So we're back to green. Majacko with a really good jump there. Caught Forza Alonso napping. Maybe those medium tires didn't help him out. Nick Dahi's looking to pounce. He's going to look to the inside in turn one. Not close enough to really make a move, but he's right there on the rear wing. We're going to have to keep an eye on Nick Dahi. He's on the softer set of tires. So he should be quicker. We've got a couple guys retiring from the session. I'm guessing we got some contact farther back in the field. Yeah, that's a good idea, Wildly Fatal. Use it, get ready for P-Cars 2. It's going to be pretty similar. It will. It'll suck you in. I don't do much of the career mode, but the career mode is decent. So we're watching Alonso, and we're watching El Majacko pull away from the field. That's the thing. Nobody has had anything from Majacko so far. I want to try to go a little farther back and see what's going on with our man, maybe. Sat on the pole for this race. Safety car come out at an inopportune time while he was in the pits. Now he's got a lot of cars to pass. You can see Aaron Webb working. Wow, big. Ooh, that's serious lag there from HSVDT. Right now behind Maybe. Maybe has made his way up to 8th. Aaron Webb ahead of him in 7th. But HSVDT's got a quick car too. He makes the inside move work on Brian Mosser. And now Maybe trying to run down the Haas. Mitchman ahead of them in 6th. Working those mediums. Cooper Sonic and Drunk Dolphin having a good little race here. These guys working one-stop strategies, I believe. Right now, the race is between Nick Dahi and Forza Alonso. Dahi's trying everything he can to get up there to challenge. And the leader's just pulling away. Dubsy's not in the chat anymore, but he'd be proud. Wildly Fatal's never owned a racing game short of Need for Speed. You're going to be in for it then. Hoodius is going to go practice Donington. That's a decent idea. Steve's struggling to get a feel for the car, are you? Look at Dahi here. He's going to make a move. To the inside of Forza Alonso in 1. Locked him up. Can he clear him? I hate this camera. That Rolex sign's right in the way. Nope, he's going to be on the outside of this corner. Very, very tough to hang. But he's going to make it happen. He's got the preferred line going into turn 3, and he makes the pass happen. Nick Dahi with a strong move to put himself in second. And now he's got clear racetrack to try and run down the race leader. But 3 seconds back, he's got his work cut out for him. Max feeling really good, but doesn't know what'll be fast. What car are you running, Steve? So we're watching Nick Dahi here. I want to watch the times and see who just got to watch more. You got to turn it on in the background of these races. K-Dog's an outlaw champ. Look at that. Steve was running the Merc, but it didn't feel right. So what are you thinking going forward? Did you change it? 3 seconds. The gap's getting bigger. I'm going to move farther back here because Cooper Sonic and Drunk Dolphin are racing. Cooper Sonic has passed Drunk Dolphin. He's on the softs. He should have the quicker tires. Right now running 4th. He's got another stop in this race, but his race is going pretty well right now. Steve moved to the rough. I think the BMW is the best all-around setup car. I think the rough is better at certain tracks, but definitely the BMW is really, really solid. I saw maybe catching Aaron Webb back here. Gonna watch this race. Mitchman holding off Aaron Webb for 6th. But maybe coming hard. You saw lock up there for Aaron. He's on the mediums. Maybe's on the softs. He's going to have DRS here, but so does Aaron Webb. So who's going to have the advantage going into turn 1? Webb able to hold him at bay, but those 3 cars not much separating them. Steve, you have my force feedback settings, don't you? That might be that smaller wheelbase, Steve. That's one thing I couldn't get over. Wow, big move there from Aaron Webb on Mitchman. Big move. Able to make it work around the outside, up to 6th place. Mitchman's trying to find his way back in there. Now he's got Maybe on his rear wing. HSVDT back in this thing as well. So we're watching to see if Mitchman can make another move. Maybe thinking about it. The Hungaro ring. I don't have any of my stats pulled up. I ought to do that. A little bit out of sorts from the way the iRacing stream went. Didn't give me time to prepare nothing. Had all kinds of issues with the monitor and stuff. I don't want project cars. I want F1. Good battle here for 6th, though. Maybe now around Mitchman, and he's looking at Aaron Webb, trying to get as much as he can. He's got to go. This is a big race. Round 10. Okay, T300 with the F1 rim. All right. Those settings, I got those from old VP Raskerman, and they're good. But we're round 10 of the season. The points leader, Dubsy, not in this race. So we're sure to shake things up. And the guy who's trying... There goes Maybe around him, just as I was switching. He did finish that pass for 6th, so maybe back up to 6th after the untimely safety car. Trying to run down Drunk Dolphins. Cooper Sonic having an excellent race in the Renault. Excellent race. He might be catching Forza Alonso. Nick Dahi finally around Forza Alonso there for 2nd. Or had been around, but hasn't been able to catch the leader. Majacko is in a different league right now. El Majacko, who is 2nd place in the points, with his teammate out, now stands to gain 25 on him. So this is a big, big night for El Majacko. 34 points back in the points. 34 points back. So he can lower this gap to just 9 tonight. But he's got to pull out this win. Maybe is in 3rd, 37 points back. And then Nick Dahi is in 4th, 50 points back. All of these guys are going to close things up. But some are just going to end up closer than others. But Majacko and Dahi doing what they need to do. Forza Alonso on the mediums, so he's going to have a stint where he's going to be quicker than these guys. But what will he be able to do with it is the question. Yeah, K-Dog was mentioning that was the yellow car he saw past 2 or 3 cars was Cooper Sonic. And there's no doubt he's having a really, really good race. You can see maybe catching up to I Am a Drunk Dolphin. He's right on the rear wing. Drunk Dolphin's going to make him go to the outside, and it's going to work. Maybe to 5th. Climbing his way back up in this race. Drunk Dolphin's not going away, though. He does relinquish that spot, but he made him work for it. So maybe he's trying to do everything that he can. He's got the fast car. What's up, Jonesy? How's it going, man? Going to MIS for ARCA, Xfinity, and Cup this weekend. You lucky dog. You lucky dog. I didn't realize they were at Michigan this weekend. I was not even thinking about it. Jonesy's getting all the fun. So we're watching to see if Aaron Webb can catch up here. This race is kind of spread out. These two are the closest ones at the front of the field. Dahi unable to make up any ground on El Majacko. I saw that today, Jonesy. Hornish Jr. back in a car. And that is a Penske car he's going back in, right? Or is he away from Penske now? Oh, so you're, oh my God, what is his hometown? Defiance. Defiance, Ohio. I remember that one. Let's see here. I saw the tweet. I probably can't find it. Who's he running for? Anybody know? Hornish is a personal favorite of mine from the IRL days. He was always so very quick. Used to run for Panther in that yellow 4. Won the Indy 500, passing Marco Andretti at the line. Yeah. He's not been doing much racing here recently. So Nick Dahi blinks. He's in the pits. Trying to get in there early. Maybe he likes what the mediums do for him, because I think that's what he's got to go for. He's got to go mediums here. Got to make them 15 laps. And they are. Mediums going on the car. The Hungaroring. Coming back for Penske. Yeah, he could do it. It's just, yeah, it's a little beyond his time. He's an old man now. What kind of racing is that? That's Xfinity, the feeder series to NASCAR. So Nick Dahi out in 8th. Trying to work around Brian Mosser. Mosser's got a quick car. But Dahi needs to make quick work of him. Those mediums got to get up to temperature. Cooper Sonic running in 9th, so he's made his final pit stop. Aaron Webb trying to catch HSVDT, so it's clearly the Mercedes has worked his way around him. Forza Alonso not pitting. Neither is Majacco, and Maybe still out there as well. Maybe is 11.5 seconds back. So he's still got a long way to go, but he's trying. He's giving it all he's got. Scott Speed seems to have things pretty comfortable where he's at, doing the sports car racing, and he does, not rally, but it's like that stadium racing, and he's just, from what I hear, he's a partying guy, and he's just out there being wild. So I don't think he's too upset about his situation. So Dahi got around Mosser, 23 seconds back on those mediums. He's got to get him up to temps and make some good laps because he's going to have to make a lot of time on these guys. Nobody's catching Majacco on track. Majacco's got, I think he's trying to push to make sure that he can go the final stint on softs, because he knows that Forza Alonso is going to be on softs for the final stint. Looks like neither driver hitting the pits yet. So Dahi really tucked in earlier than what they were expecting. Hoping Andretti will let him drive for the Indy again. I don't know that Speed even wants to do it. I really don't. I'm not sure. I mean, when those guys are out there having fun and making money, Indy is so dangerous these days. It's so dangerous. So guys really think twice. Ditch Witch out there in 12th. Clogmonger and Mitchman is the one holding on to that final point. See him hugging that inside railing there. There's Clogmonger trying to chase him down, looking for that elusive point. Out in front of Mitchman goes Brian Mosser, who is on his final set of tires. I believe HSVDT has made his final stop as well. Cooper Sonic back up to 7th. We know he's going to try to go all the way. Speaking of danger, 3 or 4 riders died at the Isle of Man this year. Really? Did not know that. I know that's a very dangerous race. Jonesy got promoted to Class C Oval on iRacing. Hell yeah, Jonesy. Did I change force feedback settings in the car menu too? I don't know, Steve.
And I won't lie to you,
I can't
this
think of
mission
that.
will be dangerous. Would you say we'd be venturing into a zone of danger?
Got to decide between buying trucks or DW12. That's a tough one there. 2 or 3 a year, riders and spectators. See, that's... I'm beyond that stuff now. I can't do that. The danger, I'm not in it for the danger anymore. I've even quit watching IndyCar racing because of, you know, the danger and what we've seen from Justin Wilson and things like that. Aaron Webb's still out on those mediums, climbing up to 4th. Maybe is down to 9 seconds the gap. But El Majacco and Forza Alonso still out there. Really only 13 laps left in this race. Here we go. The leader pits. El Majacco into the pits. Got to make sure you don't get any penalties. Be very, very careful. Mac would kill to run the Isle of Man. I remember... Yeah, IRL has the league. It's probably not a bad idea. So, Majacco goes back to third because Maybe and Forza Alonso sticking it out. Maybe's running Forza Alonso down, too. This has been a hell of a climb from Maybe, who was back in 11th at the restart off of that safety car. Mac, I used to think that way about Indianapolis, man. You know, Indianapolis is super dangerous, but that was my goal growing up in my racing career. Jonesy would sell an organ to run NASCAR or Indy. What organ, Jonesy? Where would you draw the line? Any of them? I'm not sure, Steve. I am not sure. It's easy to dial yourself out. It really is. So we're watching Forza Alonso. You gotta think he's gonna pit here soon. Here he comes. Forza Alonso in. Let's watch Maybe. Maybe is gonna pit as well. I'd like to see what kind of tires he goes on, but let's watch and see where Majacco comes out in relation to these guys. Should easily take the lead back. Both of those cars in the pits now. Here's Nick Dahi, who is actually only 2 seconds back from the leader now. So the pit strategy from Nick Dahi worked out really well. But the question is, does he have the speed to catch it? We've not seen anybody put up the speed numbers that we've seen from the Mercedes of El Majacco. But Nick Dahi has closed the gap. Jonesy would draw the line at the second kidney. Okay. But see, here's the thing, Jonesy. If you give them the kidney, they're not going to let you race. If you give a kidney, you will not pass the inspection there. Ain't know anyone looking for a driver. There's always people looking for a driver. The problem is you got to have this. You can drive anytime. Grandma can get a NASCAR ride if she's got enough of this. Majacco's starting to put more of a gap on Dahi. Here's Drunk Dolphin ahead of Forza Alonso. Alonso needs to get around if he's going to mount a charge in this race. Drunk Dolphin's going to hit pit road, which helps him. And Maybe in fifth. A little under 10 seconds back. Now to fourth. I got to get a sponsor for myself, Jonesy. Hey, what's up, Beach Stiff? Thanks for joining us. Since you are just joining, let's do a little recap here. We are watching the Precision Racing League Formula One Series on PS4. This is round 10, Hungary. Your points leader, I am Dubsy, unable to make this race tonight because he moved and his internet is not hooked up yet. So right now, second place in the championship, El Majacco, who is Dubsy's teammate, has led the entire race pretty comfortably and is looking to cut the points lead to 9. If he can win this race, the points lead will be cut to 9. Beach Stiff, thank you for the follow, my friend. Appreciate that. Jonesy, we can sponsor each other. That's not how this works, Jonesy. I feel like that old lady that doesn't know how Facebook works. But yes, we are just a few laps left in this race, and Majacco has really proven himself to be super tough. But Forza Alonso turning in the quickest lap of the race right there. Nick Dahi is running in second. He is 3.9 seconds back, losing time to your race leader. What is Dahi on? Is he on mediums? He's on the medium set of tires. Forza Alonso, who ran mediums in the second stint, now is on softs and is sitting at 6.3 seconds back. Maybe, who was your pole sitter, but got caught out by a safety car and pushed back to 11th place, has climbed his way up to 4th and is faster than the leader. My favorite driver in F1 is Fernando Alonso, no doubt about it. He's always been my favorite. A great talent, a good guy, very genuine, very truthful. I like him. That is my favorite. What about you, Beach Stiff? Who you pull for? Jonesy is an engineering student, not a business major. Well, that makes sense. That makes sense. So we'll keep going back through the field. Cooper Sonic, 15 seconds back, having a great race. Great race. Steve's favorite is Kimi Räikkönen. Kimi's always so emotional. This is his happy face. Aaron Webb running in 6th. HSVDT.
It can't get any worse.
Drunk Dolphin in 8th. Brian Mosser in 9th. Mitch Mann holding the final points position in 10th, but he's trying to get up there past Brian Mosser. Jonesy, thank you for the host, my friend. Steve loves his sense of humor. Yeah, he's not afraid to tell him either. I remember that time when they were talking to him at McLaren, and he told him to shut up. He knows what he's doing. Beach Stiff's favorite driver is Kimi, too. Yep. Jonesy like Magnussen. Mac Attack likes Max. All good choices. Not as good as Fernando Alonso, but, you know, what do you do? Nobody no love for Hamilton, huh? No love for Hamilton. Gordow running in 10th. Ditch Witch in 11th. Clogmonger 53 in 13th. Pork Chops 14th. Sassafras in 15th. There's Bubba in 16th. Zeusman, who looks to have disconnected from this race, is in 17th. And back up to the race leader. Here we go. We got a race for second. Nick Dahi with Forza Alonso on his rear wing. Alonso dives to the inside of turn 1. Dahi's not even going to challenge it. He knows he's quicker. Dahi lets him go and tries to tuck back in because maybe is catching all of them. I don't think there's enough time in this race, but maybe is the fastest car on the racetrack. Forza Alonso 6 seconds back from your race leader. Not a whole lot of time left, but you know he's going to try. The all-time wins leader in PRL competition. Trying to go back-to-back here. Won last week's race, but a long way to go to win this one. And you know that El Majaco's not even gonna think about taking off his foot off the accelerator because he has run a perfect race so far. K-Dog says he'd probably go with Vettel, but he'd hardly watch. Yeah, I don't watch F1 either. It's not like this. This is great racing. F1, I don't know. I like F1. I have a lot of respect for those guys. Clearly amazing drivers. But I like side-by-side racing. You just don't get that very much there. Although I've not watched this year's package with the new tires and the downforce rules. I should probably watch it. Steve says he's a poof, huh? Hootius likes Mad Max, but for all the wrong reasons. Jonesy says Hamilton is an average driver in a superior car. Wow. That's strong statements. Woo. Yeah, absolutely. But all racing is money these days. Watching Nick Dahi and maybe trying to find his way back up onto the podium. Has had a terribly unlucky race, but is driving his way out of it. 6 seconds back from the leader is Nick Dahi, maybe right on his rear wing. Mac Attack's always watching the motorcycles. K-Dog always drawn to the red Ferraris. It's hard to not be, honestly. It's hard to not be. I found a love for Ferrari when Fernando was there. I was never a Ferrari fan because Schumacher won so much. It just got old. And then when Alonso came and started whipping up on Schumacher and Ferrari, strong statement there. So here's Maybe on the outside. Nick Dahi protecting the inside lane there into turn 1. Maybe holding tough, nearly making contact though. He's trying everything he can to get around this car. Ooh, nearly contact with that front wing to the rear of the Red Bull. We're watching this closely. This is the race for the podium spot. 5 laps to go in this race. Forza Alonso still catching the leader, but not at a quick enough pace. Maybe all over Dahi. Dahi, third in points, would really like to keep that third place. He wants to make as many points as he can up on Dubsy, who was unable to race tonight. Most drivers try to buy their talent, Steve. Most. You're talking 85% in racing these days is bought. 15% get there on skill, but it's not even on skill. They've got to have money to be noticed. Kyle Larson, one of the best drivers in NASCAR. Absolute pure racing talent. He had money the whole way. It's what it takes. It's what it takes. So here comes Maybe looking to make a move. We got a race for the podium. He gave up the inside. Dahi is going to have to relinquish that. He's on the brakes hard, but nothing there. No way to hold off the charging Force India. Back up to third goes Maybe after dropping to 11th in this race. 8 seconds back, though. That's basically all he's going to be able to do. Forza Alonso is catching the race leader. But no way he's catching him at a second a lap, which is what he needs. He'll never give up, though. We know this guy. He's tenacious. He will not give up that chase. But out front, El Majacco running a perfect race. No mistakes. Very comfortable. Quickest car. Cool as you like. This is why he is the defending PRL champion. Super consistent. Strong, no matter what kind of issues he faces. Steve had a lot of fun at Daytona 24. That's one I want to do. I want to do, Steve, because I just think that would be so much fun. Just to have some, sit in the infield with friends and have some beers and watch racing for 24 hours. Take a nap, wake up, watch racing. Oh my God, it sounds like so much fun. Auto Boobs, I believe it is. I don't play this game. I just commentate on F1. I play Project Cars in the PRL League on Tuesday nights, and we just got set up on iRacing as well, so we're going to be doing more iRacing here. But no, I do not race F1. I am the contracted PRL announcer for this series, which I love. I really do have a lot of fun. And it's good practice for my Friday night announcing job as well. But I would absolutely play the game if I ever had some time to really dive in. But the focus is going to switch to iRacing here. Oh yeah, I'm hooked up, Jonesy. Anthony Job on iRacing. Look me up. We'll get some friends requests going. Ghosted out car there, not going to cause any issues for the race leader. 2 laps. 2 laps to go for El Majacco, who has led this entire race. What are the benefits of iRacing over Project Cars? iRacing is more of a simulation. iRacing is built from the ground up to be a simulation. It's got a strong ranking system that tries to separate serious drivers from not so serious drivers. Project Cars 2 is implementing a lot of those things. They're trying to become more simulation, to become the real console option for sim racing. But, you know, iRacing is just built to be the closest thing to real life that you can have. You know, it's used by drivers as their tool to get ready for race weekends because it's that good. And I can feel it. I can feel it when I drive it. You know, it's funny. I was a dirt track racer throughout my career, 7 years. And I hopped onto iRacing, and I went to Charlotte in a cup car, and it's tough. When you're trying to break down into a corner, it's really trying to stop all of that weight. So it's something you got to get used to. The Nationwide car feels very different from that. The Dallara is a lot of fun. And then I went to the dirt. I bought the dirt sprint car, the 410, and I just felt at home. I mean, instantly. I'm just comfortable. And, you know, because I have experience there. And, you know, that tells me that iRacing is everything that they say it is. You got a Dallara PRL team, Jonesy? Let's check that out, man. So El Majacco on his final lap. Forza Alonso trying to catch him, but no chance right now. Maybe in third. Nick Dahi fourth. Aaron Webb fifth. Drunk Dolphin, who is battling there with Cooper Sonic. Cooper Sonic trying to take the sixth spot away and is able to do so. Behind them is HSVDT in eighth. Brian Musser in ninth, and Mitch Mann rounding out your top 10 and your points-paying positions. But we've got to go back out front. To second place in the points, El Majacco. Defending champion of the PRL F1 League. Led this race the entire way. Didn't qualify on the pole. Didn't have the qualification that he wanted, but was able to get to turn 1 first and never relinquished the lead. El Majacco in Hungary. Round 10 will win the PRL Race of the Week. Forza Alonso bringing it home second, maybe third, with a monumental comeback from 11th. Nick Dahi fourth. Auto Boobs, I have the Thrustmaster T150. I'd like to upgrade to the T300 here soon, but just the T150 and the T3PAs right now. But it feels good. That's definitely where you want to start with wheels. Aaron Webb bringing it home fifth. Here's Cooper Sonic. Great race ran by him today. Sixth place. Very, very strong for the Renault. Drunk Dolphin and HSVDT coming in 7th and 8th behind them. Good points for Cooper Sonic. Really good. Brian Mosser in 9th. Mitch Mann going to bring home the final point. Jonesy's got to secure some funding to buy the car and tracks. I seen a lot of issues there, Pork Chops. What happened? Gordow as well. Tell us what happened there. Here's Ditch Witch coming home in 11th. A little bit of a wobble there. So there you have it. Defending champion El Majacco bringing it home P1. Forza Alonso backing up his win last week with a second place finish and maybe in third. Uh-oh. Pork Chop saying Brian come down on him and put him into the wall. We saw that problem with Gordow, 5th to 12th.